Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to our trading room. This will be on YouTube, so the welcome is for the YouTube traders. The my traders who are in the room, let's go ahead. So I hope you guys enjoy the CAD when I post. CAD is coming down now as we expected. It will get to the bottom of that consolidation. Let me show you very quick. I'll have to go to a lower time frame to show you that. CAD is coming down on the 1 hour. It's coming to the bottom of the consolidation, and that's where you want to look for your buy setup, right? If you missed this, go watch the CAD recording. It's going to come here, and then we're going to look for that buy setup to the upside. Don't miss it. By the way, that thing could be really huge. You might get about 10 trades going up to the top, and you could make quite a lot on it. And if you're using the method we're using in a 400 pip movement, you could get much more than that, right? So my traders, keep your eyes on that. Let's go back to the gold. Today, I'll be doing gold for you guys. And I will start in the monthly as usual. I wanted to have a clear, sorry, that was a 1 minute. I'm going to start in the monthly as usual so you can see the entire structure that I'm looking at. If you like these videos, please share them as much as you can. They're very informative. They're very, it's kind of like a lesson you're getting here on wave analysis. So let's start. Let's go. If you have the yearly gold chart, you would know that gold has made a peak up once before these two peaks, right? Before this peak here. I'm considering the peak of the impulse as to be this one because I don't think this is all the consolidation. I believe we might be making a running flat. That's just my thought process. It doesn't necessarily have to be a running flat. But the way I'm looking at it is that gold has moved up, and let me get the yellow. And we're making a running flat, which means I believe this is going to come back to this level. It could come really fast. It could come really slow. That is irrelevant. We're going to have a running flat looking pattern here. And then this is going to continue to go up. Now, that's how I see gold at this moment, looking at the monthly chart. Remember, this came from somewhere here, and there was a peak somewhere there before. Not breaking this up. There's a peak lower than that, I think, somewhere in this range. It doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. So now we will go to the weekly. And very quickly, what I want to see is it repeating what it did here. See this flat here? And then they start to drop. What I can see is a very similar move down, and we might be staying in that same range. So this was a move up, you got to move down, a move up, a move down, a move up, and then it dropped. Now there's a pattern in there. Forget about what it is. We're probably making a pattern here. We got to move up, a move down. We're getting a move up. This is very corrective. I think this should come back here. I think it should go back up, and then I think we're going to drop. Right? So if you're watching me for the first time, my name is Daniel Mangal, and you can go and check my YouTube videos, check more of them so you have an idea. This is called wave analysis. It's based on patterns that existed in the past and how they behave. So we study these patterns, thousands and thousands of them. We understand how they behave. And then we make forecasts as to what it could do, whether it's going to repeat what it did in the past or it's changing from that. Patterns do have a tendency to change. So forecasting means you're using the knowledge you have now with the information you have now to make a forecast what it's going to do next. If that information changes, then the pattern changes. It's in terms of trading, it has no effect because if you're looking for a buy and you don't get a buy, you're simply not in the trade. If you're looking for a sell and it doesn't go down, you don't get the sell. And that's on the 60 minutes, right? So on the daily now, what we're looking for is what type of structure we see forming in here. And for those of you who do wave analysis, we would look at this as the correction, which means this is a sharp wave and this is a sharp wave. I'm expecting this to come back here at some time. It could break that up. And then I expect it to go back up, and then I expect it to drop. This is the simplest of patterns that this thing could make. Can it make more complex pattern than this? Absolutely. I'm not going to fantasize as to what the complex pattern will be because I don't have information for that. When I get new information, when this thing does something else than what it is doing right now, then I would relook at that and say, well, if it's doing this, this is the next possible pattern that could form out of that. So let's go. If you were following me all the time, you would remember that when we had these two sharp waves, we made a forecast that it's going to go break this top. So we got that correct, right? Absolutely. When it breaks this top, I also told you that it's going to come back here. By the way, most of you should have the chart where I put the arrow up and the arrow down and then the arrow up and then the arrow down. You should keep that because in the future, we will see how that works. So now we're at the top of that thing. And when you're at the top there, you're always looking for a sell setup. Just so you know, we sold it already once. I think I explained that in my weekly webinar. You go to the 1 hour to look for your trade. Our first sale was here, closed somewhere in here. And now we're looking at this pattern. I'm thinking, this looks like it's making a running flat, similar to this pattern here. If I'm right about that, it is going to drop like this. So if it is going to drop like that, all I need to do is put an entry order here. That's it. If this is correct, if it proves what I think it is, it's going to do something like this. It could come back here and go back there. I would keep a stop loss above the top. I'm not expecting to be stopped out, which means even if I get tags me here and start to go back up, I would probably exit the trade way before it gets to the top there. That is using the same wave analysis we used on the 1 hour and the 15 minutes to exit the trade. But we're not discussing that in here. That is for my group. What we're looking at is if it drops suddenly and drops really fast, we will be in that trade. What if it doesn't drop? What if it actually goes up to the top here? Great, I'm not in the trade. We will relook at the top here. We'll wait for another setup like this and we'll sell it again. See, I'm not interested in the buy at this point because from my analysis, there is no big buy coming. It's not going to go to heaven. It's going to really drop very big if it's going to drop. So the bigger trades, the risk to reward is to the bottom because we're at the top of that entire correction. And at some point, even if it is going to continue to go up, if this is going to, at some point, it's going to make a very deep correction. So buying at the top here is a risk because it could tag you and then start to do this to continue to go up, or it's going to do this. See? So we're interested in the sell. We don't necessarily have to get the first sell to go. It didn't go. We made some profit. Not the profit we're looking for. I'm going to put an entry order here and hope that this is a running flat. If it is, we get a trade. If it is not a running flat, I'm not buying this. Now, could I have bought it here? Maybe, but I would not take that trade. Not where we are in the daily. So I hope you understand it and I hope you're ready. We will see how this trade goes because this is going to be on YouTube. If it changes and how it changes, I can do an update to this and an update to the CAD later on for you. So all the best, trade with care. And if you like this video, please share it. This is my trading. This is what we do in the trading. This is not a trade call for you guys out there, right? Because you don't understand how we manage this trade. You don't know our trade management. You don't know our money management. You don't know our strategy. So I'm just showing you the analysis and what we are going to do. The rest of it is done inside the trading where I am right now with all our traders, right? So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you for watching. Please share it. And my traders, please go and share this video as much as you can. Thank you. Bye-bye.